What's happening, guys? It's Juana Sanchez, and welcome to the second discussion video about the Telltale Batman game. In this video, I'll be talking about the characters that were mentioned. That would be Bruce Wayne, Batman, James Gordon, Alfred, Renee Montoya, and Vicky Vale. This will be my character analysis and predictions on how these characters will play out in the story. So the first character would be Bruce Wayne and my predictions of him. So the first point that I want to make is that he has a lot of money. In fact, he has so much that if he needs something, he can buy it easily without a problem, and that could be something that could be working to our advantage. And also his company kind of powers all of Gotham. Maybe we have like a limit to how much we can spend. Do you think that we may have a limit to how much we can spend on a particular thing? Because like I know that our company is kind of powering everything in Gotham, so yeah, that could be something to think about. Also, there is a possibility that someone could be coming after our business, so it could be in jeopardy. There might be decisions as Bruce Wayne, playing as Bruce Wayne during the day, that it's like sacrificing reputation, sacrificing like our status in order to help our friends in need or something. Or maybe it's like we have to divide up shares, because like I don't know if you guys watch Arrow. This guy Oliver Queen as the Arrow, as the vigilante, he was out there fighting bad guys. However, while he was fighting bad guys and winning, his company was falling apart. His company was losing control. Oliver Queen was losing control over his company, and eventually he lost it. So I wonder if that'll be something that we have to worry about as Bruce Wayne. It kind of reminded me of Game of Thrones, House Forrester, and how the house kind of fell in the beginning, and then like we have to like build our way back up. And here it's sort of like the reverse. Here it's like so high up, but it could slowly break down to a point that Bruce Wayne could actually go poor. Because remember, like, this isn't Bruce Wayne from the comic books. Like, this is probably an entirely new kind of Bruce Wayne, where like Telltale creates like all these possibilities. Like, what if Bruce Wayne goes poor? Like, could that be a possibility? And another point that I put for Bruce Wayne is that the point of having self-control. So during the day, people can get Bruce Wayne angry, and depending on how Bruce Wayne responds, how we respond as the player as Bruce Wayne, could change how citizens of Gotham think of us, and would be less likely to side with us when the time comes. Because like I said in the previous video, Bruce Wayne needs people on his side, and he probably has a lot of partnerships with his business. One thing I also want to mention is that Bruce Wayne, I kind of want to compare him to Donald Trump, because if Donald Trump was nicer, if Donald Trump kind of kept things to himself, if Donald Trump didn't like make fun of everyone, we could have had a modern day Bruce Wayne, a 69-year-old Bruce Wayne. I don't know, maybe because they're both famous, they're both billionaires, they're both practically celebrities, so we could have had it. And like I kind of compare Bruce Wayne as a businessman, so we kind of have to keep that mind of business while at the same time our morality is being tested too. So that's something to consider. Also, the fact that Bruce Wayne, yes, he is technically Batman, but at the same time he's not. And what I mean by this is that Batman has like all this armor, right? And that protects him. However, playing as Bruce Wayne, we have to be careful of what we say, because we're obviously not as protected. Like maybe Bruce Wayne can have like a bulletproof vest underneath that suit or something, or like a suit, because I imagine him always wearing a suit or something. Yeah, so he's not as protected. So as Bruce Wayne, even though we're like very, very rich, we can't say what we want. Like Donald Trump, we can't say what we want, or else people will come after us. Right now, Donald Trump is saying whatever he wants, and I don't know if people will come after him, so maybe this is a similar situation. And that's what I have for Bruce Wayne. Next up is the Dark Knight himself, and my thoughts on how he's going to play out. So first point is that he is better suited for combat, so if Bruce Wayne gets in trouble, we have to be careful. However, if Batman gets in trouble, we're going to be it's gonna be a little easier because he has all this armor, he has like equipment, and we can easily fight bad guys. As Batman, we also have a reputation of being feared. So like in the night, like bad guys fear us, like we are famous in the night. So maybe we can use that to our advantage. So instead of like hurting them, we can probably scare them, if you know what I mean. Like we can scare them and then they'll run away and they'll be like, I'll never do it again. And then like it's like that decision to either let them go or kill them. Which brings me to my next point, is that we know Batman's code as to not kill anyone. However, could Telltale give us the opportunity to break that rule? Could there be an option where it's like kill him or let him go? Could that be a possibility? Could Telltale allow us to break that code that he set for himself? Also, the thing is that like inside Bruce Wayne's mind as Batman, like what makes him not want to kill someone? Like there was this cartoon movie, I forgot what it was called, but like it was like how Robin kind of cornered the Joker, and Robin was about to kill the Joker, and then Batman was like, no, stop. And then like Robin asked Batman like, why do you keep letting him go? Why do you do this? Why do you keep letting him go? Why can't you kill him and finish this once and for all? And then Batman was all like, if I kill him, then he will enter a place that he can never come back out of. I forgot what the movie was called. So could Telltale give us the option to break that rule, is what I'm saying. There's also the possible decision where, I don't know if you guys saw the Dark Knight, the first one, but there was that decision. Oh, this is spoilers, just saying, if you didn't watch the Dark Knight trilogy. The first one, anyway. In the first movie, Batman was coming with a decision. Joker gave him a decision, and it's like, you either save the lady that's strapped to a bomb in this building, and then like you save like Harvey Dent, who is important to the people of Gotham in this building, and then you choose which one. Like if it were up to me, I would have saved the lady. However, Bruce Wayne decided to save Harvey Dent. I think that was his name. The reason why Batman did that was because Harvey Dent was important to the people of Gotham. He had such influence that he can help the people of Gotham, while the lady, I forgot what her name was, but the lady, she was just a lady. Like she didn't like have any significance. So in the end, it could be like choosing citizens, like innocent people versus important people to the people of Gotham, because in the end Batman is all about protecting Gotham and its people in a whole. So maybe that's something we have to think about as well, like save one person or save another person that can benefit everyone in Gotham while the other person is just one person. Would you make some kind of decision like that? And I wonder if Telltale will do that. I'm pretty sure they will. Last point is that if we do not kill, if we choose not to kill, there's a possibility of that criminal coming back again and jeopardizing Bruce Wayne during the day. I think I mentioned this in the previous video, but yeah, there is that possibility. If we choose to let the person go, then there's the possibility of that person coming back during the day and getting Bruce Wayne, who, as I mentioned before, is less vulnerable than Batman. So if we don't deal with them as Batman, as with that full armor suit protecting us, then we're going to be pretty vulnerable as Bruce Wayne. Moving on to James Gordon. Well, I kind of want to bring up James Gordon and Alfred at the same time, because to me these are the kind of characters that provide like that sage wisdom that will help us in our morals, and like saying it's like, whatever you decide, it'll be for the benefit of Gotham. And I think James Gordon will say something like that, while Alfred is like, it's like saying it to Bruce Wayne, not Batman, but to Bruce Wayne, because like it's like a family thing, so it's more personal. And then like I think he'll say something like, whatever you do, I'm sure your parents will be proud of you, or something like that. The first point for James Gordon is it seems that most of the police force respect Batman and his services. However, some seem to think that he is taking over their responsibility. I think I mentioned this in the previous video, and James Gordon is obviously on our side because he's James Gordon. James Gordon is kind of responsible for bringing up the bat signal, right? So if James Gordon brings up the bat signal, that's our cue to go. However, if he doesn't bring up the bat signal, could that mean we don't have to go? Like, could there be some nights where we don't have to go because the bat signal is not up? Like, what if there's a crime that we see, but the bat signal isn't up? Could there be a choice where it's like we have the opportunity to change into Batman and stop it ourselves, or like leave it to the police? Know what I'm saying? So if we try to do it ourselves, then like that could be like a signal for the police that, oh well, we could have handled this. Yeah, then Batman will be like, well, I handled it first, man. And then the police force could be angry with us, like respect us, but at the same time kind of angry with us because we're taking their responsibility. So yeah, that could be interesting. Like maybe some nights we don't have to go. Like, do we always have to go every night? Also, there's this possibility that Telltale could make a new character who is in the police force with Gordon, and he's someone that hates Batman for what he does and then tries to convince people that he's bad, and then like maybe it's someone that will work against us, and maybe it'd be a problem for James Gordon, or like maybe Gordon will be like, oh let me handle this, you handle your own thing, and then Gordon probably can't handle him, and then like I don't know, maybe like the police might go after Batman. Like maybe there could be some rogue coppers that are going after Batman, and then like if we kill an officer, let's say if we kill an officer, then like maybe we could be charged or something, because like killing an officer is like a pretty serious crime. I know I'm saying probably some ludicrous stuff, but it's a possibility. Going to Alfred, so first point I have is Bruce and Batman's only family. So if Alfred were to get in danger, it would cause a lot of emotional problems for Bruce and Batman. Well, they're the same people, but you know what I mean. Also, the thing is that like while Bruce Wayne is outside of like his mansion, right, Alfred can't really help him much. I mean, like he can like notify Bruce as Batman during the night when things go up. Like if you played the Arkham games, that's what Alfred does. He like messages him, and then, or Batman messages Alfred, and then stuff happens. However, if it was like inside the mansion and then Bruce like has a guest or something, or is trying to make a deal with some other company, and then like Bruce invites him into the mansion, that could be Alfred's cue to help him. It could be like in Game of Thrones, how there was that decision to meet Ramsay out in the gate, or like inside the Great Hall. Here it could be the same thing. There could be a decision where Bruce says, hey, let's talk in my mansion, and then the guy says, or the girl or whatever, suggests a different spot, and then we end up like going to the mansion. Then Alfred would be able to help us in some way. Moving on to Renee Montoya. I didn't know this person at all, like the name never really rang a bell. However, I did some research on the Batman Wikipedia, and she's actually really cool. Okay, first point is that she is someone who allies herself with Batman and his associates. She could be like Batman's backup, so like instead of Robin, it could be like Renee and Batman, like gang stuff. She's also a GCPD officer and was trained by Harvey Bullock, who was Gordon's partner, and she's very skilled at hand-to-hand combat. She is really good. So power to women and stuff. Yeah, so definitely she could be like one of the more likable characters in the game. I see her as. Last character mentioned is Vicky Vale. I didn't know this person either. However, I did some research and have come up with a few interesting things about her. First point is that she reports Batman's activities on newspaper and has suspicions of Batman's identity. I did have this theory before about like the newspaper and us reading it, so maybe we can get on Vicky's good side and then like use her to spread good gossip about us. Maybe that'll be like going into Bruce's darker side of like using people to get what we want and stuff. And she has a crush on Batman and sort of on Bruce Wayne. Like I said before, if Bruce Wayne gets Vicky's love interest, like maybe if Bruce gets Vicky to like Bruce more than she likes Batman, then maybe Vicky would be more likely to help Bruce during the day rather than helping Batman during the night. I don't know how she would be able to help Batman during the night, but I don't know. However, there could be a situation where Batman for some reason would need her help, so then maybe we would have to lay the moves as Batman to get her to fall in love with Batman more than Bruce Wayne. It's kind of confusing because it's the same thing. One more thing I want to mention is the villains. That's something that Telltale has not released yet. We don't know who is going to be the villain. However, I'm not sure if it'll be centered with the main villains like Poison Ivy, Joker, Penguin, and all those other villains, because Telltale is known for taking a well-known series and putting their own chapter into it. And lately, if you look back at Game of Thrones, they still had the Game of Thrones characters like Jon Snow, Cersei Lannister, Tyrion Lannister. They were there, but they weren't the main characters. Telltale even put in Ramsay Snow, but even he wasn't like the main threat, you know, even though Ramsay started everything. Instead, they chose to get Lud Whitehill, or basically the White Hills, as new villains. What I think the villains would be like is that maybe the same villains, or I think they'll create an entirely new set of villains and like have a few similar ones, but I think they'll create the villains in a way that represents the ones from the comic book. So like maybe the main villain would be like someone that would try to drive us, the player, insane, like probably Telltale's version of Joker or something. Or maybe they'll create someone entirely new that we don't know, because that's what they do. They create someone entirely new. Yeah, so those are my thoughts. Let me know what you think, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.